Hi everybody, and good afternoon, and welcome to this afternoon's Trend Talks for Connect 2021. My name is Simon Kitson. I'm the Smart Meetings Director for Maverick in Europe, and I'm delighted today to be joined by Dries de Coubre. I've probably pronounced that terribly, but apologies, Dries. Great to have you here, and thank you for joining me this afternoon.
Yeah, thanks for having me, of course. Welcome to everybody who is watching. It's Dries de Coubre, but okay.
There you go.
UK English is good enough, close enough. Thanks. Indeed, as the work from home fatigue begins to take its toll, of course, the renaissance of the meeting room is well underway. So in our experience, the main topics of interest for our enterprise customers are firstly IoT. So the migration of the ClickShare devices from a standalone device that used to be in a standalone meeting room just for sharing your screen locally to a complete network connected device. In turn, this is of course allowing our customers to leverage XMS, so the remote management, and there is a reduced need for on-site support and corporate communication like this also.
Great. So that wonderful, simple click to share experience is still there, but you're getting this added benefit of IoT. Would you call it a sensor, Dries? Is it an IoT sensor, or is it just the data that is being collected from the usage of the button?
Well, it's also the data that is collected from the usage of the button, but also just the connected device into your corporate network. So you have some smart ways of communicating with it through our XMS. So the remote management for integrators or resellers or whatever is a very important part also. Just for the on-site support, you don't need to go everywhere anymore. You can see more and more and more and change more and more settings from in our XMS. We're seeing more use of a diverse meeting platform suite. So meaning that our customers are having to approach these spaces also with a more flexible hardware solution instead of it being vendor locked like it used to be. Everybody likes to use Teams and Zoom and WebEx and BlueJeans and whatever all through each other. So also the rooms have to adapt to something like that. So it's very important that you have the right hardware also in these rooms. From a user perspective, of course, they're now realizing that they want the same experience, that they want to use the room in the same manner, that they don't want to change if it is a Zoom call or a WebEx call or whatever they are joining. So also, whether they are joining from home or in a meeting room, that should feel the same. So everybody just likes to use all these meetings from their own laptop. This is really a key differentiator in the bring your own meeting offering that ClickShare Conference provides. With the expansion of our ClickShare app, the one touch, one join, one click to share principle, ClickShare CX is a good contender also for these rooms, when not yet installed, of course. When they are already installed, we have the classic ClickShare that works great in these spaces. Every of these spaces, the hardware types, they have an HDMI input. If you just connect a ClickShare, a classic ClickShare present range on this one, regardless of the user bringing their laptop, their tablet, their phone, they can quickly and securely share in the room.
So some new products that came out in 2020 and in a lot of ways it was extremely unfortunate with the timing of the launch of ClickShare Conference, because as you launched that product, as we started seeing the first stock becoming available, that was when probably the first lockdown started to happen. And whilst we've seen some really promising results, I think there's so much more opportunity with ClickShare Conference.
Yeah, indeed, we were quite long way ahead of the first curve, but during the various lockdowns, of course, we've been using these as an opportunity to further enhance and develop the product, as well as extending the partner program. That's a big thing for us. Now there are more than 200 approved devices already, and it's still growing, and we are really investing into that partner program and making sure that everything works even better than you would expect it to work. Everything we can do this from a couple of different perspectives now. XMS, Power BI, dashboard, share with FM to make future decisions about real estate is a very important one, to just see, okay, what are we going to do with this? With the CX app, the weird thing we see in both ranges, so if we talk about ClickShare Present or ClickShare Conference, the weird thing we see in both ranges, the most shared app is Teams.
Right.
So that's very funny. Very close followed by PowerPoint, of course, because that's the normal one. That's the one everybody thinks about. But this really tells us, and this validates our thoughts, that the users are expecting to host meetings from their laptops. So even when they are not in a CX room, they are just using their laptops to go into a call with somebody and then share their screens. The big problem with this is, of course, that they are not using room audio, room camera, whatever. They are just using their laptop audio and their laptop webcams. So this really shows us that the need for CX is a very big need.
Decent setups at home. We've all managed to stay in touch. We've got our virtual backgrounds, and we're making a good go of collaborating and working over video, but I think it's really important that as people return to the office, they maintain that quality, and going into a meeting room and plugging in a cable or a ClickShare or whatever it is, and using the webcam from your laptop is really not the experience to have.
The moment you are in a room with 2 or 3 people and the audio is bad and your webcam is bad, that really affects your meeting, because the key thing for a video meeting is really to have that we can see each other, that I can see your body, that I can see how you are moving, how you are feeling. This is why we are having video chat. Well, the CX50, of course, has more USB ports, has a faster processor, also a very important one for the future. Indeed, we are not having big changes into the quality right now, but we are even ramping it up every day as we speak. With every coming update, we are ramping up the quality for video, audio, and whatever. And the CX50 is going to shine really into that part. It's just also a lot faster processor than the CX30. So we can go further with that one than with the CX30. Bose is really a ClickShare Conference Partner Program certified partner. So this is really giving our partners and our end users the confidence that they are buying into a tried and tested solution. Not only now, but also in the future. Every time they bring up a new software or firmware, or we are doing it, it's always 2 ways of testing. So it's a very important one. We really work together. Plus, as we're both offering 5-year hardware warranties, that's a great message in terms of return on investment and TCO, of course. It's just a very interesting solution to combine. We already have a partner program also with Logitech, Jabra, and some others even. And we really have a team that is working on that and nothing else. So stay tuned. There are some names following in the next few months.
Great.
We do see that we have to work together, and we also have the data to back us up. We can really say, okay, Bose, we have, for example, 200,000 CXs in the field, and now we are 60,000 of them are connected to a Bose. Why don't you work with us? Because we really want to make a better experience. And the moment we go with those kind of numbers to people, they are really, okay, yeah, it is important to, and that's how it starts. And everybody is seeing that this is a very important way to go.
Yeah, I think you've just written one of our internal targets there, Dries. I think we'll go for 60,000 Bose VB1s and 200,000 CXs this year. That would be great.
That would be great. Yeah.
I'm sure Anthony would be pleased if he's listening.
Later this year, actually, we expect to pass through the 1 million devices milestone. So this is very significant for us, as we have a very broad and long-standing customer base who have been on their own workplace journey with ClickShare. So we expect to see a big jump in demand for our trade-in program, which is a very important one. Also, you can always trade in older for better prices and blah, blah, blah. Because the organizations really are ramping up their video-enabled spaces with a simple upgrade from their legacy ClickShare devices to a conferencing-enabled unit. One thing we cannot forget about this is how how bad it was for the market in short term.
Yeah.
It will give a positive effect on the market on long term. We are quite sure about this. Why is that? Because a year ago, you and me and everybody in IT and tech was already using video conferencing, of course. Mm-hmm. But the normal workforce was not using video conferencing, and they were quite afraid of video conferencing. If you talked about Skype for Business or Teams or Zoom, they went, ooh. But now, through COVID and work from home, everybody had to learn it. So for us as a company and you guys, it really has a positive effect for the mid-long term, I guess.
The office will become the place that you go to meet people moving forward. I think people sitting and doing emails, preparing their presentation deck, for staying on top of their general work. They're probably going to do that from home now, because I think we've all pretty much proved that we can be trusted to work remotely. But that human interaction will still be an important part of everything, and going back to the office to go and meet with colleagues in a safe meeting environment is what the office is largely going to be used for. And I know there are some functions that really need to be in the office or in the warehouse or wherever, but I think we're going to see a lot of spaces being recommissioned, and clearly there's likely to be remote users in all of those meetings as well. Yep. So you're going to need to add those people in and use good quality video and audio, be able to collaborate on documents. So it's been a tough 12 months, but I think we're coming out of the other side of it with a load of opportunity.
Yep, that's the same way Barco as a company is looking at it. So we really hope great times ahead.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Dries, we're almost at time. I'm just checking in the Q&A, and I think we've covered everything that's come through to us. So I think without any further delay, just thank you so much for your time. I found that really insightful. Appreciate you stepping in at fairly last minute to do this call. Really great to hear from you, and here's to a successful 2021.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to be here.
Thanks, Dries.
Thank you very much. Ciao.